Most everybody has heard the saying from Mike the Iron Man Tyson, and if you haven't, it goes something like this. Everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. Well, that's exactly what happened to me today in a very, very positive way, because when people hear that saying, they think it's a negative thing. But why can't it be a positive thing? So you're going to hear all about that here in just a few minutes. But of course, before we get into all of that, I got a couple things I want to throw at you. What I want to talk about real quick. Very excited. I am putting an event together in the middle of August. More details to come. You can jump over to my website, waltzkitchentable.com. Top right corner, hit Story Slam. I'm putting a Story Slam together. If you don't know what a Story Slam is, it's when a group of people get together in a cool environment and they take turns standing up there and telling cool stories. They can be happy, sad, doesn't matter. Though the Story Slams were a huge impact on me starting this project. And through all this craziness the last couple of years, they have died down. And I decided to do one for this show. So if you want to keep track of that, jump over to Instagram as well. That's the best way to do it. And if you have any questions, WKT Podcast. I'll be happy to answer that and give you more detail. And of course, the website, waltzkitchentable.com. Check all that out. Sign up. You'll have all that going. So just get over there and hit me up with questions, but not going to hold you up any longer. But I can't go anywhere without giving a shout out to the fucking crew over at Live Rishi. These guys make high quality CBD product, and it's been keeping me rolling down the road. Pain and joint hurt, all that good stuff. Well, it's not good, but they alleviate my joint and muscle pain with Rishi Rub. I can't tell you guys enough good about this stuff, so check that out. liverishi.com. Use the code word TABLE50, and you're going to get 50% off your entire order. Check out the tincture, too. It's really good. But now, let's get on to this show. Welcome to Walt's Kitchen Table, where I feature captivating stories from fascinating people. Now, listen, Morgan, this guy got me good. I do pre-calls when guests come on, so I just don't do this, hey, sign up on my calendar and boop, we're recording and all that. I like to kind of vet the guests a little bit, make sure they're cool with what I have going on. And, of course, Morgan and I had just such a great time. But as soon as the recording started, it went in a direction that I had no clue it was going to. And, man, did we have a good time. So I know you will as well. A little bit about Morgan. He is a writer, editor, and producer of just some awesome graphic novels. And if you want to know more about graphic novels, he's going to tell you all about the difference because I asked. So I had those questions, so he's going to get into that. And he's a self-proclaimed creative genius. So I'm going to emphasize self-proclaimed. Anyway, all right, well, let's get on to this. And you're probably wondering, where the hell did the name of this episode come from? You know what? I'm going to let Morgan tell you all about it. Let's get to it. We're going to get this show on the road. Hey, man, you ready?
I'm ready.
Hey, don't worry, dude. Take your time. Make sure you're good. You good?
I'm ready.
All right, good.
Centered. Yeah, that's it.
No, wait a minute. You want to be in, so you're in the center third, man. You want to be on the right or the left third, or you good with the center? That's an old video term, dude. I didn't know if you knew that.
I'm good with the center, man.
All right, did you know that term?
Nope.
When you're filming, you have the third. You have thirds, and if you watch, like we just watched Maverick, the new Top Gun, and there's a huge scene, and he was in the left third through the whole thing, and the rest of the screen was blank. But anyway,
was that a director's choice? I think that was a director's choice.
Yeah, dude. So speaking of that, right before have you seen it?
No. But I was there. I was there when it came out. I watched the original. I had the VHS and all that stuff. I'm not a massive fanboy though, so it's not like
Oh, okay. So like, I'm not a like diehard Top Gun fan or anything, but I really enjoyed the movie. And if I'm laying around on a rainy Sunday afternoon, and there was nothing on back in the day, I'd rewatch it, if it was on TV. Right. So, and of course,
the same thing happens every time. That's
100%. And it's just, and The second one, completely predictable.
Yeah.
And all the cliches were there. Everything was there. But dude, I got to tell you, fucking amazing.
You get fired up.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it a lot. But it was weird in the beginning, like in the movies, you know, the lights go down and then they have a couple previews for like movies coming up, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's Tom Cruise like sitting in this chair in this room, and it's a pretty good close up of like I am, like how close it is to me in this video. Hey, and by the way, man, if you're listening to this on like Spotify, jump over to YouTube, subscribe, fuckers. Anyway,
yes, subscribe,
both of
like,
us.
hit the bell.
But both of us, right? Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, a little shout out there.
By the way, was Cruz wearing a skivvy neck? Was he wearing a skivvy?
A what? I think he just wore. No, like a little T-shirt. Yeah, like a T-shirt, like with a small V in it. Because of course I was like, all right. But he was like, hey, thanks for coming to watch this movie. It was like 10 years in the making, and I just want to say thanks. And it was like,
thanks, man. Cheers.
What the fuck was that all about? I was like, that's kind of like weird. But anyway, it was an awesome movie. I can't say a single bad thing about it, but it's an 80s action movie. It's completely predictable, completely ridiculously out of, it's like a Marvel movie. Everything, nothing's going to happen in what happened in that movie. But
it's the feeling, though. It's the kind of like you walk out of it thinking, like, first of all, you walk out of it thinking, God bless America. And then you walk out of it thinking, I can do anything, man. I can do anything.
I got this, man. I got this.
Yeah.
If Tom Cruise is
on the curb on the way out of the cinema, you smash your face and you think, life isn't like a movie, man.
Yeah, God damn. Why is that not right? What happened, man? And you're still on the ambulance ride to the hospital. You're still humming the fucking the theme song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good. I did actually, I felt really good leaving that theater. They did a phenomenal job. But you got to go into it look at like it's completely ridiculous, and
it's an 80s movie. Yeah,
100%. And I always look at the example I use is I love the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
For the same reason. They're completely predictable. They're crazy unrealistic. Yeah. But I walk into a movie theater and there's some lockers right by the front door as you walk in, and you take your brain out and you put it in there, you lock it up, you put you put the quarter in, and you take your key and you go in, you go, oh, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
Boom. Everything blows up, and there's a bunch of one-liners that that's just me. There's a bunch of one-liners that I'm going to completely regurgitate in inappropriate times. And then
you got this, man. You got this. How many times can you have this? Please stop saying you've got this. Yeah, every time.
Dude, every time. Every time. What?
Yeah.
What, you don't have faith?
Hand me the wrench, dude. You got this. All right. Here's your wrench. Thanks, man. You have
come on, man. Everything you do, you got to do with passion for the family.
It's for the family. That's right. Family. I forgot that. Yeah. It's all about family, man.
So, I didn't know if this was complete propaganda or not. I saw an article that with what's his name? Vin Diesel's boyfriend in it. I didn't know he was. Yeah, I didn't know he was gay. Oh, you there?
Yeah. Still here.
Oh,
yeah.
Is he gay?
I didn't think so, but I haven't checked lately.
What, you're not on top of that, dude?
Let me check now. Sorry, man. I feel like I haven't done my due diligence here.
Dude, you didn't get the notes I sent you?
I didn't.
All right. Come on,
now
man.
I have to spell diesel. and that's
F-U-E-L. Hey, F-U-E-L, fuel, diesel.
Well, I mean,
what's it say?
He's been in a relationship with Mexican model Paloma Jimenez. 3 children.
Nice.
So probably not Is it man? Is the word man chum? Because that could just be a dude friend, like we all have man chums. That's fine.
That's true.
That's
Man chum. Man chum. I've never heard that before.
You've never had? It's a thing. It's not a thing at all. It's really not. I just made that. I didn't make it up. But yeah, the guys I used to hang around with, it was always man chum or man chap. And if you're having a talk, it's a man chat. You just stick man in front of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Man
chum.
Man chum. Like fish chum, like shark chum?
Not that sort of chum. Chum as in a friend, a comrade.
Chum.
Hey, chum. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you meant like, you're...
Not a chopped up bit of man that you would keep in your pocket or something. And
hey, dude. Hey, man, I got to get clarification. That's all.
Fair enough. There's a language barrier. I can understand.
I don't. Oh, speaking of that, I got a funny story for you. I had a guest. I was on a podcast down there because you're in Australia.
I'm in Australia. Yeah.
Australia. Oh, look at that. Picking on my accent. That was the prisoner state, right? Yeah, prisoner.
Okay, state is wrong for a start. We have several states. Prisoner is wrong because it was convict, and that was a long time ago. And then you have the original Australians that were here before. It's so wrong on all three counts. But go on, continue.
That's awesome, dude. Hey, you know what? I like being wrong and corrected. Convict. What the hell's the difference between a prisoner and a convict?
I think a prisoner is in a prison. And a convict is sent somewhere like overseas or something to a colony or something. I don't know.
Did you pull that out of your ass?
I did. I've already looked up Vin Diesel. I'm not looking up the difference between a prison and a colony now because I was told this would not have history or mathematics. Sorry, math.
Dude, you ain't got
Sorry, math.
Dude, you don't have a leg to stand on because you didn't read the show notes.
I did. True. But I thought they were going to be read to me. I thought the agreement was that a voice would read them to me and I would absorb them without having to use my eyes. Oh, that's usually the deal.
Like osmosis?
Yeah. Yeah. I would just know the things.
Perfect.
That's what I
Perfect. So convict country, historically, mm-hmm. Yes, there was people there prior. Like America, there was people here prior, but
pretty much everywhere. There's anywhere that Britain went, there were people there prior that didn't have a good time of it. But Britain turned up,
but didn't have a good time.
They didn't. No. Very bad time.
I did find the royal family. You know where they get all their money? You know why they
people?
No, they own property. They own land.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because throughout history, they just went and took it. But, I mean...
mine. Wasn't that, what's his face, started the English church, Henry, one of the Henrys, Henry V. I'm going to take it off all the monasteries, and it's going to be mine now. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Again, we're getting into history. There's dates and things to remember. It's very difficult for me to remember that sort of stuff.
Well, I'm not asking you to remember it. I just like you're spitballing it, dude. I like you just sitting here pulling shit out of your head. Exactly.
I'll just make it up.
Hey, man. Cool. What, you're not a history professor? I thought that dude, wait a minute. I got to go back and look at my notes because you said you were history.
Notes that I sent you because they weren't written. They were verbal, which is the way that show notes should be.
Yeah, but I have an old Mac, so I might not have had a program that I could play that on.
My stuff doesn't work on Macs. It only works on Atari. Have you got an Atari? You should get yourself an Atari.
No.
Those things are...
I'm a little younger, or I'm a little older than you, so I have a Nintendo.
Are you older than me? But you look younger.
Oh, it's good living, bro.
What the hell have I been doing and drinking and
Hey, dude, I don't judge anybody's escapisms, man. If that's what you want to do, you look great for 22, buddy.
Thanks, man. Well, let's be honest, 25.
I was trying to be polite.
I appreciate it, but we're not at home to fallacy on this podcast. All about truth.
So I got to go back. I got to tell you this language barrier story because I love telling this one. So so what is Aussie the right thing to call you? An Aussie?
Yeah, Aussie's good. Yeah,
Aussie's good. Okay. So I was on this podcast, super cool guy, and he was all into the. I just had to.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, that's a good subject.
I'm into some of that too.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
But he's like, I was in New York City. He comes to New York City, and him and his buddies from Australia were in a bar, and they're all, having drinks and having a good time. And they meet some guys from New York City, and they're having, they get loud and drunk and all that. And he calls him a fucking cunt. And the dude,
salty.
And the dude from New York, he said, about lost his shit. Like, got really mad at him.
Wow.
And he's like, hey, man, no, that's a term of endearment. It's a term
of endearment. Yeah.
Where I come from.
It is.
So, yeah.
In certain circles, I will say that there's a, at the office, at work, you don't really throw that word around too much. It's not
really
to appreciate. At home, depending on who you live with, you don't throw that word around too much.
Yeah. I was going to say,
it's not. Yeah, it comes from the UK as well. They use it quite a lot over there, and I think we borrowed it and kept using it, and then just overused it.
The convicts brought it over.
Yeah, it was part of the luggage. Maybe that's part of the convict thing as well. A prisoner doesn't take language, but a convict has to take some of the
verbiage with them. Yeah. Well, it's got to be the salty language. We don't want clean language.
It had to go across the salt seas and stuff, oceans. So
pick a little bit of that up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, did you see Game of Thrones?
Early ones. I think I rushed through some of the others. I read I'm going to be that annoying prick. I read the books and, really wanted to get to the heart of what Robert Jordan was all about. So I didn't sully myself with the TV series. No, I did watch the TV series or parts of it. I loved it initially. I thought it was so close to the books and it was really well done. Then I kind of, got caught up with life, bro. Life. Things, real things I had to do.
What?
Yeah, man. So I stopped watching and started living, which is really what we should all aspire to. Stop watching stuff. Why am I telling people that? I should be telling people watch, read, buy comics, do all of those things. Stop living. That should be my real message.
Well, I was just going to say, damn, dude, you're going to be out of a job if you keep telling people that. But
forget that. But yeah, I did. And I like certain parts of it very much.
The one character, God, what the hell was the Hound? That was like that was like his favorite saying.
And his accent was perfect for it as well because in that part of the world, you can use it as a very harsh kind of derogative word, but a lot of people just use it as a blokey kind of, hey friend. No one says hey friend. I don't know what that is. You can tell I don't have many blokey friends that I relate to because I'm out of practice with how to talk. You sounded like a Aussie male.
You sounded like a 18-year-old girl in a sorority. Hey, friend.
Hey, chum. Chum. Hey, man, chum. Let's have a chat. Yeah, I don't mix with those circles very much, unfortunately.
Well, the thing is, it's probably like when I was, growing up with my family, the F word was you use that like a comma. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, you just use it a lot, and it depended on your tone. Is dependent on if you could get away with using it or not. So like, the very first time my wife met my mom, we walked up, dude, this is a great story. We walked up to my mom because we were at my niece's wedding and my mom said something to me and I'm like, go fuck yourself. And my wife Val was like, like, whoa.
She's your mother.
You just told, and then I go, hey, Mom, this is Val. Of course, she knew all about her, and she talked to her on the phone and stuff.
Yeah.
And my mom looks right at Val and shaking her hand goes, does my son please you? Like, just like straight face, like, does my son please you? Just sitting there staring at her, like waiting for an answer. And Val's like, of course, my wife, my wife's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. But
wow.
but the thing is, we got talking about it later about, me telling my mom to go fuck herself, right? And it's the tone, right? Because I was like, yeah, go fuck yourself. And and it's kind of endearment in my family, right?
Yeah.
But if I was like, go fuck yourself, it's like, oh, okay, this is a whole different conversation, So I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong, it's probably the same with, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, and we have a variety of words that are used. Probably my favorite, which says as much as any curse word could say about Australia, because it doesn't make any sense, is to call someone a dead shit.
A dead shit?
A dead shit.
So
that guy's a dead shit.
No kidding, like a dead beat.
The two words just put together, dead shit.
Yeah, but see how you say it's great though. Like me, I'm like dead shit, and you're like dead shit.
No, it's very flat, very percussive, and it's a kind of a dismissive, like that guy's a low life, what a dead shit. But it's it's one of those things that if you think about it, it doesn't make. I have no idea where it came from. It doesn't make any sense at all. But for some reason, it is hilarious whenever anyone uses it, and we tend to use that. Well, again, certain people use it all the time. I'm very well spoken. You may not know, but I'm very well spoken, so I don't use those sorts of curse words of ever.
I would have never known, dude.
Yeah,
that you're well spoken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hide it well. I hide it really, really well.
Yeah. You're like, so tell me, do you draw that stuff? Are you the actual artist?
No. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. No. I'm the writer and the producer and the letterer and the creative genius behind it all. But yeah, I don't do the artwork because that shit takes years and years and years and years and years and years to do well. And so I thought if I'm going to invest the time, I'm going to invest the time in music, or I'm going to invest it in writing so I can get better at that shit instead of trying to do something new that I haven't done before. Because it's just, and I could spend 10 years doing it and I would be okay. Whereas if I hire an artist to do it, they are magnificent and they can just do it straight away. So yeah, no, I don't. No. I think that's an awesome attitude to where you're like, I am not good at that. So I'm going to have somebody else do it, and I'm going to concentrate on what I'm good at. Yeah. Being a creative genius. Yeah, exactly.
I was just going with writer, dude. Creative genius. Yeah, just writer.
We can put it in brackets afterwards, maybe. But yeah.
Parentheses.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. See, I don't speak the good words, but I should, because I'm a writer. So I should know how to speak good words proper, but I don't.
Well, see, writing and speaking are two different things.
They are. Hang on, let me just...
Do you need me to...
Speaking.
That's... speaking? No, I was just going to say SP. Hey, no G.
Writing and speaking are different things.
Hey, dude, there's no G on the end because it's a verb.
Speaking. Speaking with a little comma.
No. Yeah. Depending on how good you are with text messages and typing, if you put the little thing at the top, I normally don't.
I mean, this is what editors are for. I don't want to have to remember that sort of stuff. I don't want to learn anything.
So what do you, data dump and then have somebody edit it?
I wish I could do that. Was it Barbara Cartland or someone, whoever was the famous writer that would just recline at a chaise lounge and then just say things and someone else would type it up? And I'd love it if that was the case. But
that's not your life goal there to do that?
I mean, it would be good. I mean, these days you can do it. You can talk into into your computer and it'll pick it up. And most of the things, the thing is, I think it takes practice because writing, there's something cathartic about how it happens or whatever. Cathartic, good word. Not when I say it sounds flat and horrible. Cathartic. I don't know how to say it right. Cathartic. There you go. American.
Can you wait a minute? Yeah, yeah, definitely. Can you spell that?
Yes. So as I was saying, you can speak into the computer and the words come out, but that's a different skill because I tried it and I couldn't get anywhere. I would say a few words and then be like, whereas if I'm writing, I can just go full tilt, and I'm saying it in my head. But there's something about just talking to someone. Write this down. You know, I don't know. But yeah, that would be great if I could do that. But
now, do you think it works for you because you're writing, trying to keep up with your brain, to where when you're speaking, it comes out, and now you're like, oh, I got to the end.
Yeah, and I think with speaking, every time I speak, I have to when I'm saying, you know, delivering a speech, let's say, or something like that, which of course I do all the time. All the time. What you have to do is, the way my brain works anyway, is I'll say it first and then collect it and then say it verbally. So I'll say it in my head before I say it. So it's almost like you're going through internal editing before you do it. Whereas I'm finding with writing, it just comes out and then I edit afterwards. But usually the words will just combine themselves. So I think it's the combination of seeing and hearing that works better. Whereas if you don't see, you're just hearing. It's not as good.
Oh, that's a great way to. I never had anybody to describe it like that, because I ask people that all the time. And then
have you had geniuses on before though? Creative geniuses? That might be the issue.
And I still haven't.
Well, let's see where the night takes us. But yeah, sorry, you were complimenting me on being a genius.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, genius is 42 IQ.
We use a different scale in Australia.
You're kilometers, not.
Yeah, we're kilometers. We're not Fahrenheit. We're Celsius, and our IQ scale is it's a bit
different.
You know, I'm off the charts.
I understand, dude. You don't have to explain it, man. See,
excellent.
All right, good.
I'm used to having to explain a lot of this sort of stuff.
No, I can pick up what you're laying down, bud. We're just going to move on.
Sweet, sounds good.
What's the difference? Like, how if somebody goes, "What do you mean graphic novel?"
Like that? That would, yeah. Like, what do you mean graphic novel? Yeah, okay.
Like if you, because somebody like you're like, I'm a writer, and and you know, hey, you can get all big words on me, but if you go, well, I write graphic novels, and they go, graphic novels, what's that? Like, how would you explain that?
I would say it's a novel with pictures, or it's a very, very large comic, or a series of comics that are collected into a big story. So it's the same sort of thing as a comic, but it's much bigger, and it's like a self-contained story. I would say it in that many words, and they would have the same look that you're giving me now. So I would probably have to keep talking until.
No, I have some other questions on that.
Good, go for it. Excellent.
So when you say bigger, you mean physically bigger, like the illustrations are big? Hey, I gotta ask.
Yeah,
no, but I know
pages. More pages.
More pages. Okay.
Yeah.
But then are the illustrations inside like physically bigger, so that makes it more pages because it takes more pages to fill the story because of the illustrations? You know, a comic book might have 4 squares in it to tell the story, where a graphic novel has 1 page and it's a big illustration with some words.
Well, here I'm going to go Willy Wonka on your ass.
Love it.
The whole Willy Wonka, it's all about imagination. I've forgotten that thing that he says in that.
Do you know that he like, if you look at that, he methodically killed all those people unless.
Oh, it's a horror flick. They just got the ending wrong. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the kids never come back. They never came back.
No.
And they were swallowed up. Yeah.
And how can that old dude like be bedridden until that kid got a golden ticket? Then
he wasn't bedridden. He was pretending. Every night he'd go to the pub, and they just never caught him.
No, they never talked about that. All right. Anyway,
but imagination. So that's a silly way of saying. Honestly, graphic novel can be anything. The loose definitions, I suppose, are it's got artwork and words in there. A lot more artwork than a traditional novel. It's generally in a comic format, and it's longer than a comic. But other than that, it can have what are called splash pages, which are a single page of art. It could have 5 of those in a row. It could have a whole series that are just single images with text on them. It could, more like a film sort of thing, or it could be exactly like a normal comic book with many. So there's any sort of variation of those. Yeah, and the good thing, what I like about it is there are certain things you can do visually with a book, with text and stuff, where you can stick a word in the center of a page and have nothing else around it, and it kind of does things to the reader. Sure. So there's some things you can do. You can do 10 times that with when you've got images as well as. So it basically means you get the best out of both worlds, that you can choose and pick and put together however you want. Some of them will have 5 pages of text, and then they'll have some graphic stuff, and then so it's really up to the individual how they do it. Yeah.
Now, where did graphic novel come from? Is that because of the content or because of the illustration?
I think they just needed a term, they being the people that decide this stuff, they needed a term that differentiated it from novels and from comics, because comics has a fairly, comics, superhero comics from when you're a kid and all that sort of stuff. Most people tend to think that way, whereas the indie scene has a lot of, anything, horror, action, comedy, anything can be in comic form these days, and the same with graphic novels. But I think they wanted a term that was kind of denoting it as a little bit more highbrow than just a comic, because some of the graphic novels, some of them are quite intense, some of them are deeply, they wrestle with ethical stuff and politics and religion and all that sort of stuff. So some of them can be really, really intense. There's a very well-known one, which is the images are about mice, but it's about Hitler and Nazi Germany and all that sort of stuff. So really, there's no topics that are out of bounds. So I think they wanted something to sort of elevate it a little bit and make it sound a bit fancy schmancy. No, that's not how you say that. Fancy schmancy. That's better. Okay.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the accent when you try to talk like an American, dude. It just doesn't sound the same.
I can't believe I stuffed up the word fancy schmancy and had to redo it. But that's all right.
You're still talking about it.
I know. Because there is something about, I've forgotten what it's called, but 2 words that sound the same. There's this thing where like
dead shit. That's 2 words.
Dead shit. There's it's like, okay, so different rules for different fools. All right. That doesn't mean anything really. Right. But it sounds profound because the rhyming words in there. And so things sound more profound to the human brain when they're rhymed like that. So I don't know, fancy schmancy, just to my ears.
It
has a good ear feel.
Ear feel. It's got. Hold on, sir. I write that down. It's got a good ear feel.
Well, it's better because in cooking and stuff they say mouth feel all the time, which no one should be allowed to say mouth feel. That's horrible.
Well, there is a website. If you want, I'll send you the link.
I've been there. I'm not interested anymore.
Okay, good.
It wasn't what I thought.
No. No. Little too. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from that. With graphic novels, though, you said that they can be all over the place, and I get that, right?
Yeah.
But did it start, or is there like an outline? So if I wanted to make a graphic novel, the basic outline would be X amount of words for the complete novel, and then you illustrate it the way you want. Like you said with the mice and Hitler, it doesn't really matter, but like with text. So it doesn't really matter. There's no like outline where you could put 20 words on each page, or one page has one sentence and there's no words for the next 5 pages, and then the next page it's just all text. I mean, there's really no outline is what you're saying. They could do anything.
Correct. And by that, I mean wrong. So
because they're the same.
Yeah, because they're exactly the same. On the flip side of the coin, as we say in Australia. So every writer is different. So every writer will approach it differently. Most writers will have a script that they will give to the artist, and the script will kind of lay out what happens on which page, what the panels look like, what the artwork is supposed to look like, and it'll have the text in there as well, or the dialogue. So most of them will do that, and then the artist will produce sketches of the pages, and then they'll both work together to sort of put the final product. So it is a little bit more structured, but different people work different way. I tend to be very flexible. So once I've received the artwork, because I do the lettering, I do the dialogue and everything in the final version because I'm an artiste. And I'll change the words.
I thought you were a genius.
Okay. You can be more than one thing. That's the benefit of being a creative genius. You can do multiple things in a genius way. There's I'll send you the list afterwards of all the things I'm a genius at.
I'll put it in the show notes. I got to keep it. I do have to keep it. Well, I do have to keep it to 1,000 words. So.
Well, I'll abbreviate.
Just don't put any punctuation. Fine. Just put all the words in a line.
In a row. Fantastic.
Yeah, perfect.
I will do that.
All right.
I will do that. That is, I'm writing that down. And if you know anything about me, I will literally waste time on that stupid gag, and I will send you a list of dumb titles that are all put together to put in the notes. Because
dude, that's not a waste.
Why not?
That's good. That's good business right there. I was involved in a video photo production company for a long time, and when we got going, we got this contract to do a Duracell commercial,
right?
So okay, we got to put a storyboard together.
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah,
I need an artist. Shit. All right, and let's make it a little more fancier than my stick drawn, and I imagine, if you know about like storyboards, real rough, like, they obviously they have to have male and female depending on what the script is, but then they describe like the door opens this way, the person, and they have arrows in where, the person enters this way, so you can look at it and you'd be like, okay, this is what's going to actually happen.
Yeah.
So I put a message out for people. Of course, I had a budget, and this guy got back to me. He's like, "Yeah, I can do that for the budget," and I was like, "Cool." And I didn't really look into him. Unbelievably talented dude, I find out.
Wow.
But he's
gone the right way on that then.
Yeah, but he was a graphic novel artist. Right. So everything in the storyboard was like action figures, and the women had like
such a waste for a Duracell commercial. Oh man,
dude, and all the women had like huge boobs and V cut.
Yeah,
and cleavage and like long flowing hair. And
that is absolutely hilarious. I would love to be in the meeting where you show it to them. Can you imagine this happening? Yeah, that's great,
dude. I gotta. I'm helping my ex-partner because we're not in the business anymore together, and I'm helping her this coming weekend with a video, or she's making a short film. I gotta see if she's got a picture of that. I gotta send you that. We were like looking at it, going, the only thing missing in this dude is a sword. If he had a sword, this could be in a comic book. They thought
I'd look at that straight away, and my first thought would be, okay, I have to turn this into something now. But then you got the issue with copyright because of the Duracell stuff. But man, if you could take that out of it,
let me see if I'm going to see if I can't find that, dude. If she's still got at least a picture of it, there's got to be a picture of it.
If it exists, I will write you a comic from that. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, perfect. Let me see if I can find it. And the Duracell people were like, we've never seen a storyboard like this. They're like
the younger executive is just staring at the large bosomed drawing.
Yeah, and he goes,
"Take a copy home." Yeah.
And the guy goes, "The actors aren't going to look like that, are they?" I was like, "No, man, no. That's the artist that we work with, and he had a good time with it. We thought we'd spice it, and I tried to spin it around, but
yeah.
But oh man, I got to look for that. That would be amazing. She's got to still have it.
We can do it, man.
Anyway,
we can do it.
All right,
absolutely.
That would be, and it was only a 30-second spot, and I think it was 4 lines with 3 or 4 frames in each line, so it wasn't, it's not super complicated. But yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
We can make something amazing with that, dude. Absolutely.
So how did you get into that? Like, you're just interested in that topic, or
No, not at all. Originally, I was trying to just write novels. And for anyone that doesn't know, writing novels can be a very depressing, particularly 10 years ago, very depressing vocation. Trying to get a literary agent and then go through a big publisher and all that. And I'm trying to do this just as the industry is slowly dying as well. And what people don't understand is that big books like Harry Potter and those sorts of series, is millions of dollars is spent promoting those when they launch. So they're successful because they're great, but they're also successful because they are promoted up the wazoo. And unless you're one of 7 people, you're not going to get that. So I was kind of a bit depressed about that whole thing. Walked into a comic shop, not even sure why.
But you're not hanging on to that. That's right. Yeah.
No, I'm not bitter about any of that or those people. And how much I hate them. So, walked into a comic shop, found these indie comics and picked them up, started reading through and thought, wow, this is amazing. This is nothing like what I thought comics was. I was just expecting, Batman and Superman and all that sort of stuff, which is fine, but I'm so over it and so bored with it, and I'm not interested. I don't collect toys or anything like that, so it's not really my thing. But then I saw this stuff and I thought, wow, what have I been doing? I should have been writing this stuff. So bought everything that I could, started doing research, and then just started transitioning novels into scripts, and then scripts into comics, and then working with artists, and then voila, here we are. I'm thoroughly entrenched and much richer in spirit and poorer in wallet as a result.
Hey, man, as long as you skip to work every day.
That's it. I would. My hip these days, but I skip where I can.
Good.
But, the hip plays up every now and then. I'm a 25-year-old. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Oh, see, I gave you credit for being 22.
You did, but I've got to admit to being 25.
Yeah, but is it? Wait a minute.
Whoa. How good is that? Sorry. Yeah, you go.
What's that? No, wait a minute. Is that 25 in Australia years?
Oh, it's in Australian years, so it's probably 21, 22 over there. Yeah, we're
no, that's scale. Like 78.
That's my mental age. Yeah, that's how I feel when I wake up in the morning.
No, I'm 7 or 8 when it comes to that.
But I don't think you change after about 16, particularly if you're a guy. I think once you're about 16, your brain stays the same until you're 99. You're still laughing at the dumb, fart jokes and the same stupid stuff. I hope so. Anyway, that's my plan.
Yeah. I get, my goal is to tell the dad jokes and the corny jokes and get the eye rolls from my wife. When I get the eye rolls or the shake of the head, and I'm like, yes, that's a good one.
Man, that one. I'm winning at that game. I get them even when it's not a joke. So it's yeah.
She what's that joke about you got to embrace your bad decisions. So my wife hugged me.
She'll like that. I'll tell her that one. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. She'll kick you out. But your novels that you were attempting to write, you were not bitter at all about.
No, absolutely.
Being a complete failure at that.
Yeah. Creative genius / failure. That's one of them. I'm putting that down there. Failure.
No, you gotta get rid of the slash though. It's got to be all one word.
Oh yeah.
I only have 1,000 characters.
Failure.
Yeah, fail.
Yeah.
The stuff that you write, graphic novels, is that the same subject that you were trying to do with novels?
Yeah, it's the same stuff. It's and then they're actually the same books. It's only recently that I've started writing comics and graphic novels first. Whereas previously, because I'd written, 10 novels, so I had quite a lot to go with. So now I actually have a publisher and I'm self-publishing as well. So those books are starting to come out, but they're what I used initially because one novel, to give you an idea, you could probably get comfortably 10 comic issues out of one novel. So there's a lot of source material that I had to deal with. But yeah, now it's at the point though where some of them I'll just do as standalone comics, and but it's that whole kind of business thing and trying to maximize what you're doing that I can't get away from. So if I write something as a novel or a comic, I should say, my immediate thought is, well, why wouldn't you do that as a novel as well? Because then you can sell it twice and you've got double the market and all the rest of it. So, which just means more work. But
yeah, but like you said, a person will read the novel that won't touch the graphic novel, and vice versa.
Yeah. There's very little overlap between those two.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because the different worlds, which makes it interesting when you're sending out like an email to your fans and saying, "Hey, everyone, here's something half of you will hate. Here's something the other half of you will hate. Hey, please pick which one you would like to engage with."
Now, have you seen a lot of crossover?
I think there's getting more and more. And now that I'm sort of edging into screenplays and films, believe it or not, and that sort of stuff, or indie films. Things are a lot more fluid, I suppose, these days with what you're doing, and I'm kind of at the stage where it's like, I'll try anything. I'll give it a go. Doesn't, if it's something new, something slightly different, there's nothing kind of holding you back. And that's another thing I like about the format is you can really do whatever the hell you want. The only real restriction is money. That's
time.
That's the big one, time and money, but definitely money. So to give you an idea, a normal size comic, $3,000 to $5,000 for one issue. So you have to pay that up front as the writer. Then you've got to somehow recoup your money. So if you're selling that thing for $4, let's say, how many times? That requires math. I'm not going to do that.
I was going to say,
let's say many times. Yeah. I won't get you to do the figures on that one.
Carry the one? No.
Divided by the circumference of the hypotenuse. It's a lot. It's
we'll just call it a lot.
Many. Yeah. So it's one of those things. It's a very long-term game.
But wait a minute. So
I'm waiting.
Yeah, just take your time. So you in your specific situation, you as the writer, you're basically the executive producer, and you're carrying the project. So like you're funding it, and you pay the graphic artist, you pay the editor, you do all that out of pocket, and then you throw it out there and sell it and try to recoup and obviously make money. Right?
Yeah. There's two ways you can do it. So I use Kickstarter for some projects to sort of recoup some of the money. Some writers will pay for a couple of pages, then they'll go on a Kickstarter and they'll say, "Hey, if you want to make this thing with me, then help me buy it or help me pay for it," and blah, blah. I do it the other way where I pay all up front because regardless of if people are going to read it, I'm going to get it out there, which is a little bit of a silly way to do it, but it means that people can have confidence that the thing is actually going to exist. So up front, I'll pay the money, pay the artist, and then it's all about how can I recoup that? And usually it's over the long term.
Sure. Now, do you have I want to say like Etsy and eBay and all that kind of thing, because that's what I know. Are there certain websites that are specific for that? So if I'm looking for graphic comics, I go to a specific Shopify, like a specific place.
To be honest, most of it's a little company that you might not have heard of. They're called Amazon. They've been around for a little while now, and they do books. So if you want to buy books online, you can go to this place called Amazon. I've heard that they're making waves. Yeah, so it's all Amazon. There's an offshoot of Amazon called Comixology where you can buy comics online and all that sort of stuff. And then it just depends. So one of my publishers, Marcosia, you can buy them through Amazon or any of the other online book retailers, and then just get it sent directly to you from wherever you are in the world. There are other little places, but Kickstarter is actually one of those ones where it's kind of like a Comic-Con. It's kind of like you turn up with your desk with all your stuff on it and say, "Hey, come and buy my stuff."
Sure. So
that's one of those areas where, yes, it's a crowdfunding site, but it's also a place where for comic projects, a lot of people kickstart stuff there. And Kickstarter, I just realized that's clever.
I wasn't going to give you credit for it. But thanks for
Oh, well,
pointing that out.
that's well, yeah. Credit where credit's due. That's a good idea to call the thing the name of the thing that you're doing. That's maybe my website should be writergenius.com. I'll have to see. All right. Anyway, sorry.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't do writergenius.com?
No. But now, do you have places that buy it in bulk, like a comic book store or a comic book company that has retail stores or supplies it to, comic
book shops?
You see what I'm saying? Like where they would go to buy it, like they go to buy it wholesale, so you sell it to them.
Yeah.
Is there something like that?
There is. Yeah, there is. There's what's called diamond distribution, which kind of does that. It's one of those things where they distribute more widely than anyone else, and it's like the Spotify of comics. So the amount that the creator gets is teeny. So one of the publishers that I'm with goes through that route. So it just depends. It's one of those things that it's kind of a machine that takes care of itself. And then as an indie creator, you spend most of your time trying to meet people, trying to promote the work, all that sort of stuff, which as a creator, we love. There's nothing I love more than spruiking my stuff to people and saying, hey, friend, buy my thing. And then 2 weeks later, hey, friend, I've got a new thing. Buy this thing now, please. I'm being sarcastic. We hate it. I wish. No,
you sound like the Amway, where you sell it to all your friends.
Yeah. Hey, friend, coming in. Enjoy the party. So you'll notice there's some books down on front of you. If you buy 10 of these books today and you get 10 of your friends to buy 10 books, you'll be broke and I will be wealthy.
What's the matter with that?
It's a trapezoid scheme. So it's not a pyramid scheme. You may have heard bad things about those. It's a trapezoid. It's
that's beautiful.
Of profitability and wealth production.
So I was between jobs and I needed something to do because I'm not the type of guy to sit around and stare at the TV, right? So here where I live, there's huge, in New Jersey, there's major manufacturing and all that. Well, FedEx has obviously got a couple hubs. I said, man, I'll go unload FedEx trucks, and get a little workout while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And as you would expect from FedEx, because that's the business they're in, everything is brilliantly laid out and all that. But anyway, in the middle of a FedEx tractor trailer, there's a thing with rollers on it. So you throw boxes on it and you push it and it rolls down.
And it moves across. Okay,
yeah. It goes to the end of the trailer. So you start at the end of the trailer and what they do is they back it in a slant. So as you're kind of going uphill, but as you throw boxes on the thing, it flies down, right?
Right. Cool.
So we're going along. There's two of us in there, one on each side. And I pull all these boxes, and all of a sudden there's this fucking wall of Amway boxes in front of me. And I'm like, whoa. I was like, whoa. I haven't seen Amway in forever. I didn't even know they were still around.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yep. And I go, man, it's like one of the biggest multi-level marketing schemes ever, that I know of.
Yeah.
And without even missing a beat, dude, he goes, unless you don't count Christianity, and just kept right on moving boxes. And my face was exactly what you did. I stopped working everything. I looked over at him. He never even stopped, dude. He was just, and I was like, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. Anyway, all right. But that reminded me of the Amway thing, man. Amway. Anyway,
reminds me, I got to get my Tupperware subscription.
Now, buy extra lids.
Yeah, more lids. Oh, always need more lids and socks.
And my kid's shoes. He's 15 months old, and he's got four pair. He's got like 4 oddball shoes, and I don't know where the other ones are.
My 11-year-old goes through shoes like chocolate, like just they're I don't know what he does to them, but they're destroyed within weeks.
They lose one. He loses one.
Yeah, or they lose. Yeah.
Right. So my neighbor goes, Yeah, I remember when I had children, they lost me. She goes, "Where do you think they go?" And I go, "The same place my Tupperware lid is. That's where those those extra
Yeah,
shoes are."
yeah.
And with the sock, right?
The sock, they're all in the same
Sock.
spot. Some little sock goblin is storing all that stuff up to
Mm-hmm.
feed their
And
compulsions.
and also, I think that all Tupperware should come from the factory with the spaghetti stain already in them.
That might, yeah, sort of off color a little bit, like they've been microwaved too often, and they've got the
Yeah,
stain.
and
And
then
yeah,
you
you're
don't
not gonna
feel
know.
yeah, and you
Yeah,
don't feel guilty that you just ruined it. You're like, man, it's already doing. Let's throw some spaghetti in it and go.
I mean,
See?
by that logic, every suit and tie should come with a curry stain on it, and
Oh man, now we're getting into logic.
well,
Oh, come on, dude.
I'm a logic genius. Just writing
Genius.
that down.
Do you even know how to spell genius? You've written it down 4 times already.
It's J. Anyway, yeah, I'll look it up.
IENUS. I'm the world's worst speller, dude.
Yeah, same.
Yep. But man, so do you have like graphic? Do you do print on demand? So, or do you have like a garage full of boxes with graphic novels in it?
Not really. I try not to. I do have some of the comics that I've got stored away where I've printed extra. So if I go to a Comic-Con or something, I can do them. But I'm not a big fan of. As you can see, I don't have much room for a lot else anyway.
Well, get
so
rid
I
of
don't
some
really
of
want boxes and boxes of stuff.
Get rid of some of those guitars, man. Put some boxes in there instead.
I could. That would look great and make my wife very happy. Yeah, I'm not big on storing that sort of stuff. That's where you kind of partner with, other people to distribute, and
Sure.
the thing is, I mean, I have a fan base in Australia, but it's not as big as America or other parts of the world. So me storing them here is no use because I'd have to post them over to you guys,
Sure,
which doesn't make sense. So
Right.
yeah.
Now,
So not really.
now do you have everything printed? Your printer is in Australia, or do you have the option to print anywhere?
I do both. So I have a US printer and a
Okay.
Australian printer for Kickstarter stuff. For anything like if it's something that Marcosia, my publisher, has printed, they have their own printers all over the world. So they just do their whole, prints locally, gets sent wherever. So whatever country you're in, you can just do it like
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't have to do anything for that. That's just kind of taken care of. Yeah.
Yeah, because like my merch store, everything's printed here in the United States. So when I ship it over, stuff overseas, they pop me with some.
They slog you. Yeah.
Yep. But got fans that got like you, man. Yeah. Like you, man. Got fans all over the world, dude. Right? So it's a global market. Do you go to a lot of Comic-Cons like in Australia? Do you travel a lot and do a lot of live stuff?
I don't, but mainly because when I was just starting to really ramp up, COVID hit and then everything shut down. So I've been to one and then haven't been back since. So this year I was going to go at the end of the year, but I think I'll wait till next year because it's also that thing that you just become busy and there's lots going on.
Yeah.
And so I'll probably next year start ramping that stuff up again. But I don't like to travel because I don't like to travel. So I'll do the local ones, but I won't go to the other ones because I don't like to travel.
Yeah, but I mean, Australia is such a small place. I mean, you could just go right over to the other side and no big
but
deal,
it's all
right?
the way over there, so I don't want to go over there. That's I got to go out the door. I got to put pants on. It's a whole thing. I don't want to, have to.
Yeah, that's no fun.
That's
dude.
not living my best. Having to wear pants is not living my best life. So
so you don't have pants on right now?
I do now, just in case. But I'm
going to call you out.
Yeah,
but and then the other thing, I mean, you kind of answered it, but I got to ask you: is you ever do like a book signing to where you go to like a comic store, book store, or small?
Not a lot. Again, because I don't like to travel.
There's that. Oh, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, but it's also like it is quite hard as an indie creator to break into that. And I mean, I'll talk to anyone that's a fan or anyone that is even interested about my stuff. I'll talk to them. but there is this kind of, I hate the thought of sitting alone at a desk in a little thing and say, hey man, you want to check out? No, okay, you're here for the coffee. All right, see ya. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy sitting there on my own. Yeah, or like, there's my son and my wife and a couple of friends, and we're all having a party, and no one else is here. So the thought of sitting there is like, oh god.
Yeah, but if you have a fan base, you get, in my experience with that kind of stuff, you get 5-10 people out. That would be that'd be pretty successful, right? Where's your bar on that?
Yeah, 5 or 10 would be fine, and particularly because most of these shops are pretty small.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's that practical. So with the Kickstarter stuff, I do a lot of signed things and all that. There's that practical part of me that says, you're going there, you're spending X amount of time, you're meeting 4 or 5 people that you already know that will already buy your stuff. What's the benefit versus spending that time and money trying to reach new people that don't know your stuff and all that sort of stuff. So I've kind of got to, and again, the travel, it's like 20 minutes. That's an investment.
Dude,
I don't wanna,
that's a long ways, dude.
Pants. Always.
Dude, it'd take you longer than that to get to your car.
Yeah, exactly. So why would I bother?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no, I kind of like that attitude of, your ROI is not going to be positive. That's a good way to looking at it, because the people that come out to see you are going to buy it anyway.
Yeah,
that's a good.
Yeah, it's a kind of crappy business way of looking at things, but you have to, otherwise you're not going to make it. And so everything that if it's something that I'm going to go to and it's going to be fun and I'm going to hang out with friends and stuff, great, I'll do it anyway. But something like that, it's got to be bang for buck for me to get involved.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Dude, is that a banjo?
So the one down there, that's hard to point that way. That's a banjo. That one there, is a banjolele.
Banjolele?
So that's if a banjo and a ukulele had a baby, and they called it Bill the Banjolele.
Bill the Banjolele. Well, that's what it would look like too, right?
That's what it would look like. And it sounds, let me just say, terrible. It's horrible because banjos and ukuleles are both very loud. They're acoustically, they're just very loud. So if you combine them, you might think that would mellow things, but it doesn't. It's like I can feel my fillings rattling in the back of my throat when I play that thing. I never use it. It's just too loud.
2 negatives don't make a positive.
That's right. They make 2 negatives. Maths.
That's moving on. That's
what I do.
So why do you have it?
Well, I originally bought it to use, and then I bought it and I used it a couple of times, and I thought, this is making my ears bleed. I don't want to do this anymore, and so I keep it up there for show now. I might use it if I have to do a music piece for film or TV or something, and they say, hey, we particularly like the sound of a banjolele, then I'll say, oh, great, there it is.
I have that.
But otherwise,
let me dust it off and tune it.
Yeah, and then put the earplugs in.
And we're good to go.
Yeah.
So on your YouTube channel, do you actually create the music?
I do.
Don't say that you're musical. Don't say you're a musical genius, dude.
I wasn't. Well,
you can write it down,
genius,
but don't.
There's also instrumentalist. There's
I like
composer.
That. No, I like yeah.
You can't say it, but you like it. Instrumentalist, yes. But there's also award-winning composer.
Who's that?
That's me.
No.
Yeah. You only need one, and I have one. I have one award.
Okay. Whoa.
I'm an award-winning composer.
No. Hold on a second. I'm going to call you out on this.
Yeah.
So you got. Yeah, that don't mean anything. I can make
that thing there. See that shiny thing?
I can make one of those in a minute and charge you money for it.
It took me a lot longer. Sorry, go on.
So what happened was you got cookied on the internet, and they said, "Hey, we're having an award. We're making this award for musicians, but if you give us $50 to be part of it, and then send in your clip of your music, and then all of a sudden, an award like that shiny thing above your dome."
Well, I mean, it would actually
Right
be
there.
good if they did request the music. For some reason, they didn't need the music. They must have known that it was
But
really good anyway.
wow,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I said $50. What'd they charge you for that?
It had a 50 in it. Yeah.
It had a 50 in it times
Yeah.
4.
That was part of the part of the price. It was good. It was a great experience. Yeah, I had to glue the thing back together again a few times, but it's
Oh, it
fine.
was like an IKEA thing where you had to put it
Yeah.
together when you got it?
Yeah, and I mean, my name's not Jeff, so there were a few issues, but it's far enough back that you can't see. It's fine. But I can call myself award-winning. There you go.
Jeff. Morgan Jeff.
You know,
That's a great one,
close.
dude.
It was close.
No, what was that? No, what'd you get that for? Like, how did you end up with that?
It was for a Latin song that I did, and yeah, naming things is not my forte. So the song is called Panini Fandango, which is 2 separate languages, and it means sandwich dance, which I don't know why.
So,
but yeah, it was awarded the Q Music Awards, which is like a Queensland music thing, and it was for the world category on that a few years ago now. Well, and I went and got that award, and I thought, that's great. I'm never going to do this again, because you go to an awards thing, and they're all young. They all have hair. Much hair, and for those listening without the video,
he doesn't have much hair.
I don't have any hair on the top of my head, but you can only see that spectacular side if you come and subscribe on the YouTubes and click the notification bell, whatever. I don't know. Yeah,
there you go. Well,
yeah. So it was so loud, and it was just not the sort of thing I would go to. And there are all these kids running around like cool and hip, and I'm thinking, man, I just don't want to be here. But it was great. It was a great honor. What a privilege.
Well, hey, man, that's cool, though. Yeah. You got some hardware, right?
Yeah. I got that awesome looking award.
Hey, for making a sandwich dance. That's something you should be proud of.
And that's pretty cool. And again, I can put award winning on anything because I won an award.
Just like when I was in business, people are like, yeah, our New York office. I'm in Jersey. And they're like, yeah, our New York office. Okay, so you rent a P.O. box out of a workspace. Yeah. But hey, we have a New York office.
Technically.
I have a Miami office. I have a LA office. Hey, whatever, dude. Yeah. But
yeah.
Hey, man, your name is in the books, right? So
it's in the books
for awards. So your name is written. You are in the history books, my friend.
I forever will have won that award. Yeah.
Yeah. So after the apocalypse, somebody will be digging through some old fishy film or whatever you call it. And there's going to be your smiling mug with your dancing sandwich.
It's a sandwich dance. Yeah.
Look at that. That bald guy made a sandwich dance. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
It sounds amazing. Fantastic.
Hey, no, like you said, though, man, award winning. Hey.
Yeah, that's it. I almost thought about trying to get another award of any kind, just so I could put multi-award winning, because that's the next, next one up.
You got to step up. You got to level up, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, though, with your music, so somebody, if they want like original music, they have, like for my show, I have an intro. I got this guitar riff for intro. That's the stuff that you do.
Yeah, some of the stuff that I do, yeah. So I'll do things for clients like that. I'll do what's called production music for film and TV, and I'll sell that through libraries or license it through libraries. And I do a lot of work on loop packs and tools for producers. So a lot of it's behind the scenes that other producers will buy and they'll use.
Cool.
Not your average Joe. But occasionally someone will, and I've also produced a few albums for indie artists here and there on occasion, but most of the money comes from behind the scenes sort of stuff that most people wouldn't see. Yeah, but I'm prolific. I'm just going to put that down.
But you can't. Yeah, but scribble it because you don't know how to spell it, so you got to just like scribble through the text. I've never done that.
Prolific.
So, but do you get like inspiration and do a little, like make little 30-second, minute and a half riffs and like put it on the websites where people can buy them? Do you do that as well?
Not, I do, but I do it through other distributors and that sort of stuff. So it's not like
you were
sort of
saying.
on my,
Okay.
yeah, it's not on
Okay.
a site that I did for a while do hip hop beats and production and stuff. But I kind of gave that up a bit because again, the money didn't work with the time investment.
Money.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. The more things you do, I think the more every 6 months I have to look at what I'm doing and really scrutinize what's of value and what am I just spinning my wheels with and have to sort of give up. So that was one of the things that had to go.
Saying in my family growing up was do half as much, twice as good.
Yeah. Or do a quarter as much, twice as often, half as much.
Perfect.
And then you'll.
And then
our saying is more complicated, and we didn't really.
With your saying, then you look at your checking account every month and go, "Why the fuck I ain't got no money?"
Yeah, we're not good at the words and numbers and stuff. You know?
Yeah. We'll just leave that alone.
That's fine. We're still here.
Yep. Hey, dude, I got to tell you, man, it was a damn good time talking with you.
Same, man. Same.
It was a lot of fun. Awesome. When you reached out your profile picture, I was like, I got guy's got half his picture is his mouth wide open. I'm like, I got to talk to this guy. So he's a man after my own heart right there. Because if you look at a lot of my stuff, my mouth's open and I'm laughing and everything else. So
you gotta have fun.
Yeah, 100%, man. And but your stuff is cool as shit, man. I got to tell you. Yeah, thanks. Looking through it and now I found out you're not the artist. I can't give you credit there. So, but I know that you're that you now after talking with you, obviously I know what you have your hands in it. Obviously that's pretty cool.
You can say it if you want. You can say I'm the creative genius behind it.
No,
you don't have to, but you can if you. No, okay.
No. I can, but I'm not.
You can, but you're not going to.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
But we're gonna get out of here, and but I want you to take a minute, man, and let everybody know best way to find you, and your little elevator pitch and all that good stuff. Obviously, I'll have all these links in the show notes. They can get a hold of you. But as we're wrapping it up, man, people listening, they gotta check out your website. Did you build that, or did you have somebody else build it?
I built that. Yeah,
that's pretty cool, dude.
Website builder,
genius.
Website genius.
Yeah. And then what I thought was cool, like your social media links on the side. That was pretty neat, dude. I like how you did that.
Man.
Yeah. I like that. Because it's like, what the hell's that over there? It kind of drew your eye. So,
cool.
What was that? What's that? Wix? What'd you build that on?
WordPress. I've done a few sites over the years, so I just did it through WordPress and a basic theme. And yeah. No, it looks great. I'm one for pretty clean. Like when I go to something, I don't like a lot of crap. I like a easy navigation and flip through. But yeah, go ahead, man. Tell people where they can find you, all that good stuff. Well, yeah, I'd go to morganquaid.com. That's your first spot for if you're wanting to find some. Oh man, that's really hard. I'm trying to find a way to work creative genius into this, and it does not fit at all. So forget that for a while. Yeah, just go to morganquaid.com. You can find me on social media or the Instagrams. Not on TikTok because I'm 25 now and I don't have time for that young stuff.
Dude, wait, whoa! I got back up.
Wait,
you got to go on TikTok, dude.
You want me on the TikTok? See, everyone's saying this,
dude. The whole young dancing girls, that's all fucking gone. It's not gone.
Is it?
But the thing is, though, you can, like Instagram, it shows you what you want to see. Like your Facebook and your Instagram, you like certain things and the algorithm tends to fill in what you're looking for. It takes a little while, but just if you don't like something, don't like it. But as you're liking stuff, it'll feed you different things. And I've had awesome success with it, dude.
Well, I'll have to take your word for it, and I'll have to do it. You've given me the push that I need to get onto TikTok.
It's
so yeah. Commiserations to everyone. I'm coming.
Yeah, it's. But the thing is, like, you're, all you need to do, like with your graphic novels and stuff. I mean, you got unbelievable amount of content, so that's not the problem there. But the way that you can, just in the app, not even building it and then uploading the video, like you can dump a bunch of your images in the app and make it and put effects in it within a minute and a half. You can have a really cool.
And I wouldn't need to leave the house, right? I could do it in the house. I wouldn't need to go.
You don't even need to have pants on, bro.
See, now we're talking.
Yeah.
All right. You've sold me. You've sold me.
So getting up from your desk, going to the refrigerator to get a roast beef sandwich, you could make, on your way to the refrigerator, you could make a TikTok video.
All right. Well, I'm going to get ticking and talking then. You've inspired me.
And then
that's another place people can find me soon-ish.
Eventually. Soonish.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it'll be tomorrow. It doesn't take me long.
Yeah.
I'll be on there.
And then what I did was just attach you obviously can put whatever link you want in my profile. If you go to TikTok, my TikTok account, you go to my profile, it goes right to my Instagram.
Can I put your link to your Instagram on my TikTok profile as well?
That'd be beautiful. Thank you. Perfect.
Spread.
I'll send you. It's www.genius.
Genius writer genius.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I do. I would recommend it, especially in my opinion, the graphic novels and stuff, and you're going to get a whole new set of eyes on your stuff, man.
Makes sense.
It's so the organic reach is amazing. Like you'll get one video, and I had to learn this the hard way, and it took my ego a little bit to hack, but one video might get 2 views.
Yeah.
And then the next video gets 2,500 views. And there's no,
there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah. And don't try to figure it out. Just build stuff, and throw it on there, build it, throw it on there, and don't make it all perfect and all that. Just fucking throw it on there, dude. And you'll get, if you spend some time on there, you'll notice that there is nothing on there like overly produced.
Yeah.
So don't, like, we're going back to ROI, right? Don't spend 25 minutes creating a 45-second TikTok because you're not, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, that's good to know, because that was the other thing that was pushing me off it. That's why I don't have my own podcast, is because I know how much time I would pour into that thing. And so I'll just put your podcast and all my links now, so I won't have to worry about it. I'll just say, just go there.
Just go there.
Yeah, go there.
And just like everything else, man, you see what we're doing now, and that's a very small percentage of the work that goes into these things, man, as you know.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine that's been a performer his whole life, years ago, he said, it's showbiz, right? Everybody likes the show, but nobody likes the biz. So when you're in it, it's like 80-20 or 90-10. 90% of it's business and 10% of it's show, Yeah. But
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, don't, I would highly recommend you get out there, get away from the thing that's just all young dancing girls on there. I'll tell you what, though, there's some shit. You're like, what the fuck? Move on.
Yeah.
But apparently somebody's watching it because it's on there and it's got like 10,000 views, and you're like, okay, whatever, dude. This is not for me. But I do recommend, and it doesn't take. I think your ROI would be very positive with it. Let's put it that way. Once you get into it, is you're going to definitely get some stuff out of it. So, and it's free.
Sweet, man. All right. Yeah, I'll do it.
And your time ain't worth shit anyway, dude. So, like mine.
I mean, yeah.
I ain't doing nothing anyway. Man, might as well add another thing on here.
It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. But
Sweet, dude.
yeah. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I do.
That's right. Yeah.
I do recommend to do that.
Cool. I will do that. So morganquaid.com. You can search for me on the Amazon. Look on Google and it'll tell you what Amazon is, and it's a bookstore. It's a whole thing. But yeah, you can find me on there. Any other bookstore, just stick my name in to places and it will show you things that I do. Yep. I'm great at this part. And also just connect with me. I'm happy to talk to people. So feel free to get in touch by the social medias and soon the ticking of the talk.
Yeah, my man. So if I put your name in Pornhub, what will come up?
TikTok? Yeah.
Oh, well, you said insert your name.
Yeah, but what if there is an actor or actress with the same name as me that I don't know about? That could be.
Well, it could bring you a whole new audience, dude.
Yeah, I mean, what sort of video? No, that would be a different. The production alone. I mean, I'd have to write scripts. I'd have to hire people. There's the lighting. There's the cleaning products. There's a whole thing.
The cleanup is.
I'll go TikTok, but I think that's anything else is a step too far.
I don't know.
And that is where you can find me. There you go, wrapped up beautifully.
Hey, dude, I tell you what, though, there's some shit on TikTok that makes Pornhub go, what? You did what? TikTok's like to Pornhub, shit, hold my beer. I'll be right back.
And now it's about to have me on there. It'll adjust the curve. And I'm going to let you decide what way that curve is adjusted. So that being said, dude, it is a great time, man. I'm so glad we connected. Thanks,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Ditto, man. Right. It was great fun.
All right. We're going to get out of here, dude. Thanks again, buddy. Talk to you.
Ciao.
All right, so the first thing I want you to do is go to the post on Instagram about this episode and put in the comments the first thing that came to your mind when you heard the word man chum, because I know it's not the same thing that came to my mind as you see, but would love to hear that from you. And I told you, Morgan, great dude, man. This guy is just full of a bunch of bullshit. I mean, good stuff. So he'd love to hear from you. And you got any questions about his stuff, links in the show notes to his website. It's pretty cool. And of course, his TikTok. He's now on TikTok as the conversation went, as we did. He's doing a great job there. So link down there as well. Check that out. All right, man, I'm going to get you out of here because I know you got shit to do. But don't forget, waltzkitchentable.com, top right corner, hit Story Slam. Sign up. Seats or spaces for speakers are very limited. And that's going to be in August, in the middle of Jersey somewhere. I'm still tracking down a venue, but keep up with that on my social media. And of course the website, reach out if you have any questions. Would love to speak to you about that. And of course the crew over at Live Rishi, these guys keep me, my joints and muscles feeling good so I can continue to beat the shit out of myself in all my physical activity. All right, man. Remember, when I say have a great day, the motherfucker is silent. Till next time.